In this video, we're going to cover how to create a half-hip roof. Whenever you start a roof, the first thing that you want to review is going to be the roof structure. So if we click on Build and then go to Roof, we'll click on Build Roof. This is basically our roof defaults. First thing we want to do is turn on our Auto Rebuild Roofs. And we're going to set our pitch. I'm going to set this to an 8 and 12 pitch. You can see that we have an 18-inch overhang for eaves and gables. If I go to my structure panel, you'll want to review your rafter spacing and the roof structure. So this is going to be your rafter depth basically. We'll click on the Edit button here. You can see that our rafters are 9 1/4 inches for framing, and it's standard lumber. I'll go ahead and click OK. Other things that you might want to check ahead of time is going to be your ridge beam, as well as your subfascia, eave, and gable fascias as well. Alright, I'll go ahead and click OK. The first roof that you get right out of the box is a hip roof. If I go into my perspective camera views, I can go to perspective full overview. You can see that we have just a basic hip roof. If I switch back to my floor plan, the first step on creating a half-hip roof is to start with a gable roof. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this wall. I'll hold down my Shift key on my keyboard and click on this wall to group select those two walls. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and click on this far right wall as well. I will click this Change to Gable Wall button. And now I have kind of a T-shaped gable. If I go back to my overview, you can see that I have basically a T-shaped gable. Switching back to floor plan. Now that I have my gables, I get to make those gables those half hips. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this back wall and the front wall. They're currently 29'6". This is a different length, so I'm going to do that one separately. I'm going to click on Open Object to open up the wall specification. Now keep in mind that I did grab the gable ends on these walls. If you watched the previous videos for the gambrel and the gull wing, these are the opposite walls that you used in those videos. On the roof panel, you're going to find that upper pitch checkbox. We're going to check that. Now the lower pitch isn't available because we did grab the gable walls. Upper pitch is available because this is a setting specifically for creating those half-hip roofs. I'm going to go ahead and change this upper pitch to 8 to match the rest of my roof. And that in from baseline value we're going to put in 120 inches. And then we'll click OK. When I talk about the roof baseline, what I'm referring to is a point that is in line with the outside edge of the framing layer of the wall, past the top plates, going up to the top of the rafter. When I do in from baseline, I'm choosing to go inward from that baseline. In this instance, we're doing 120 inches for the main structure and 100 inches for the garage to be the in from baseline values. If I look at that perspective full overview again, you'll see that we have that half-hip condition there. If I go back to floor plan view, grab this right wall, go to Open Object, go back to Roof, mark upper pitch, change that to 8, and I'll set this one an in from baseline of 100, and I'll click OK. So when I go back to my overview, you can see that my garage also has that half-hip condition.